So why does McLaren want Formula One to change its rules? Basically, what McLaren want is the FIA to investigate the idea of having less severe penalties for infringements that are relatively minor. Obviously, this has all come about because they're double disqualification. Now, it's important to note that McLaren did not do this intentionally. It was just a mistake. They were not trying to cheat the regulation. And the amount that the plank had won was such a tiny, tiny amount. But it is the same rule for everyone, and McLaren know this, so the correct decision was to disqualify them. The only problem is, where does this end? If we start giving smaller penalties for smaller infringements, that opens up a whole can of worms. And do we apply this to everything else in Formula One? If a car goes over track limits by an inch, is that a 1 second time penalty? If it's this much, it's a 5 second time penalty. If they go over by a millimeter, it's a half a second time penalty. And what about if a car's underweight? If it's underweight by 1 gram, is it only a 1 second penalty? It's overweight by a kilogram, that's a 10-second time penalty, and you get disqualified from the championship. Like, where does this end? It does not matter that it was only 0.12 millimeters of an infraction. If it's an infraction, it's an infraction. If the correct penalty is a disqualification, it's a disqualification. It's black or it's white. Obviously, I don't think this will come to anything. I can't imagine that the teams would ever agree on this. It just makes no sense. I don't honestly understand why McLaren are really trying to push this. It's never going to work. But what do you think? Should Formula One have less severe penalties if infractions are minor, or should it be black and white? Off you go.